Today is a big day across the country because of the runoff election in Georgia. The control of the Senate lies in the balance, but let's go back to the general election for a minute. Who amongst us didn't receive a phone call or two or three encouraging us to vote or providing us information on how to do so? One of those calls might have come from a group of HBCU athletes who teamed up with HBCU Heroes to help shape the biggest election turnout in U.S. history.
The students really, once they found out we were doing it and we asked them, you didn't have to chase them down. They wanted to be involved. They wanted to, make a difference. And that was easy for us to engage with them, and it was easy for us to get corporate sponsorships and be able to give gifts like computers and ice cream and PlayStations to these students.
Students from HBCUs across the country assisted the group this fall in a voter bank. They were making those calls to people ahead of the general election, and for one night, they sprinted through as many calls as possible, making it into a fun competition. You had student athletes there. Of course, it was competitive. Winner receives free Ben & Jerry's for 1 year.
Yeah. So whoever made the most calls, I guess voicemails included. So when they were stopping to talk, I just kept calling. I just kept making calls. So that that put me over the edge.
Elijah Pittman, he's a senior basketball player at Dillard. He's a musician who will now sing the praises of Ben & Jerry's for the next 365 days because he won with the most calls.
I like to help people anytime that I can. So when our president of our school, he sends out emails just of opportunities for anything. And it's up to us to decide if we want to do it or not. So when he sent the email saying that we could help out and they needed people, I figured I wasn't doing anything. I might as well help someone. So I decided to just take advantage of the opportunity. I didn't even know about the ice cream thing until I signed up for it. So once I signed up, that's when I read and was like, oh, we can win some ice cream. Oh, okay.
At Xavier University, we find another hooper, Alexis Burke, who also runs track. Zula Gold runs in her family.
First and foremost, my dad went there. So I'm a daddy's girl, and I really look at the things that he does. I saw a great man, and I needed to follow in a great man's footsteps. I saw where an HBCU took him, and specifically that one. So I was like, why not Xavier?
The idea to participate was introduced to her by a classmate, and it seemed like a great idea with Alexis being a first-time voter herself.
And because this was also my first year voting, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so important. I have to do this. So being with HBCU Heroes, Caleb reached out to me. He was like, hey, do you want to do this? And Miss Kim as well. And then when I got to do HBCU Heroes and I got to do the phone bank, it was really fun. I was really surprised. They were like, you got to star 67, you got to call this person. I'm just like, I don't think they're going to answer if it's, a blocked number. So I got some people that answered. Some of them were really nice. They were like, yeah, I just still need some help. And I was helping them. Some people were like, oh, why are you calling me? And I'm just like, I just want to beep. And I was like, oh, darn. And I left a lot of voicemails. So I had fun.
The introduction was made by Caleb Heinz, who plays baseball at Xavier. He's a pitcher. Caleb is a spiritual young brother who loves his time on the diamond and on the mound, but loves his community even more.
At home, I'm very involved with my community. I'm a part of an Alpha Merit Mentor program where I did a battalion my senior year, and I was crowned Mr. Bow. So what comes with that is I set up programs while I'm at school for the kids back home to mentor them and help them, give them an idea that as an African-American male that you can do it, and that just basically give them a little push that they may need, because some of them don't have father figures in their lives like me, or they don't see people who are doing things like this because of their background and where they come from.
The phone bank only took a small amount of time out of their day, but the impact that they had on others will be felt for a lifetime.
After a while, it just became about the people because, I had younger callers I had to reach out to. and they were just like, I don't know how to do this. I really want to participate. This is such an important election. And I'm just like, it makes you feel really, happy seeing people, in your age range that are really trying to get out and vote, because a lot of people don't understand the value of voting, especially in certain demographics. They feel like their vote doesn't matter, or giving the climate for certain people is like, what's voting going to change for me?
To see that I'm helping people, helping our generation, and helping my community take steps towards being great again is really powerful and really touches me, because God's given me a lot of gifts, and being able to help people just like God's helped me in many ways is very big for me.
Being an athlete, whether you want to be or not, you're very impressionable to younger students, younger kids, even adults in certain communities. I know from my hometown, Virginia, in the small town that I grew up in, being an athlete and being successful and being able to accomplish things that other kids in the neighborhood weren't able to accomplish, you had a voice, and you were looked upon, and whether you were related to a lot of people in the community or not, you made their days. And these students who were student athletes were able to go back to their communities where they go to school or live and help the older people, whether it's get involved with voting, be aware of, the disenfranchised of local politics. They embraced it. And it was, for us, it was just, let's give them the information, and they ran with it.
The experience afforded to these young student athletes has changed their lives.
I was really excited about it. Like, I don't even live in Georgia, but it was just the fact that I was able to just make some type of change. And that's what at Dillard, that's what they try to teach us on and push us to do, is just to help make change. So I think, that really made me excited to be able to be a part of something like that.
It's really big for me to be a part of things like this, because our world and our society we live in today is very different than what most people go through. And I want to be a part of the change and help people understand that there are little things that people don't know about voting, but that's just because they haven't been educated on it. So I want to be able to help them get educated, because everybody's vote matters and everybody's voice deserves to be heard.
Reporting from Atlanta, I'm Tali Carr, where the state of Georgia is in the middle of another historic election. Exercise your right. We'll talk to you guys later.